So, you've watched players like XAVI and INIESTA dribble around defenders as if they're standing still. But when you try it, you keep losing the ball. So, how do you change that? Well, this is the video for you. This is part 3 in our series on learning how to dribble and change direction while sprinting. In part 1, we went over the technique you need to dribble while sprinting, and in part 2, we went over why being able to change direction at speed is so important, and we gave you 3 dribbling drills so that you could practice changing direction with the outside of your feet. Now in this video, we're focusing on drills to help you change direction with the inside of your feet. Players like XAVI and INIESTA were amazing at using the insides of their feet to quickly change direction, which made it almost impossible for defenders to take the ball off them. And if you want to get to their level, it's extremely important to practice this skill often. If you can only turn with the outsides of your feet, you'll be more predictable and more likely to give up the ball if a defender is able to cut off that option. So let's go over a couple of drills that will help you change direction with the insides of your feet so that you won't lose the ball when a defender is pressuring you. In this first drill, we are setting up 5 cones or anything else you have, like bottles, shoes, or bags, in a large cross formation. We are going to start at one of the outside cones and dribble with speed towards the center cone, using the inside of your foot to turn left or right and towards the next cone. Dribble around that next cone and back past the middle cone towards the opposite outer cone. After you dribble around that opposite cone, come back to the middle cone, dribble around it and turn towards the last cone in the pattern. Dribble around that last cone and then sprint with the ball back towards the cone you started at. Focus on your turns here and getting comfortable with using the inside of your foot when dribbling around each cone. If you're starting out, do not try to speed through the drill. The speed will come as your technique improves. Also, as you turn around the last cone, really try to come out of that turn and sprint back towards the starting cone. This is a good way to practice a change of direction and change of pace, the same way you would do it in a match. Lastly, make sure you're using both feet. Do the drill with your right foot and then do it with your left foot, alternating between feet so you get comfortable turning with both feet. In this exercise, use 3 cones to make a triangle. Place the cones 6 to 8 steps apart from each other. Then place a 4th cone about 10 to 12 steps from the bottom of the triangle. Start at the 4th cone and dribble with speed towards the left or right cone in the triangle. When you reach that cone, dribble around it with the inside of your foot and back to the starting cone. Dribble around the starting cone and then towards the middle cone of the triangle. After turning around the middle cone, you're going to dribble back towards the starting cone again, and then you're going to dribble towards the last cone of the triangle. Dribble around that last cone and then sprint back towards the starting cone for the last time. Just like in the first drill, we're focusing on our turns, so while we are trying to dribble at speed, we don't want to go so fast that the turns are sloppy. The ball should not be hitting the cones at all. You should be working on keeping the ball close to you during the turns so that defenders are not able to poke the ball away. Then, when you're about to get into your last sprint, push the ball out in front of you so that you can really pick up the speed. If you want more of an explanation on how to sprint with the ball, then watch part 1, where I go into the technique you need in detail. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. In this third drill, we are placing 4 cones in a large square, with the cones 8 to 10 steps apart from each other. You'll start on one side of the square in the middle of the 2 cones. Dribble left or right using the inside of your foot to turn around all 4 cones in the square. Now you're only going to use one foot to do this. Then, once you've completed the square, you will go back around in the opposite direction, dribbling only with your other foot. Once you've gone around all 4 cones twice, you have completed the drill. As you get comfortable going around the outside of the square, you can start to expand this drill by going diagonally as well. The beauty of this drill is that once you get comfortable, you can go in any direction you want for as long as you want and work on different types of turns with the inside of your foot. Get as creative as you want with this drill and go in every direction. Make sure you're focusing on making your turns quick and sharp and not letting the ball get away from you and bounce into the cones. And there you have it. Those are 3 simple drills you can do to work on changing direction with the inside of your foot while dribbling at speed. Now I have a number of other videos that go over various dribbling techniques, so make sure to check those out if you want more drills to improve your game. If you found this helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other skills tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. This is Footy Made Easy, and we'll see you next time.